So the press conference for UFC 306 just ended. I went live on TikTok for it. I should have went live on YouTube, but didn't. But I'll post my live stream on YouTube probably tomorrow. But it just ended, and here are my initial thoughts. My first thought is that this was one of the worst press conferences I've ever fucking seen. To be honest with you, little to nothing happened. And I was very frustrated with the fact that the reporters asked the fucking prelim fighters more questions than the main event fighters. And the questions they asked the fucking main event fighters were fucking kind of shit, to be honest with you. The highlight of the entire conference was basically Dana White kind of standing up for himself because a bunch of these no-name fighters were really about to ask for fucking bonuses and shit like that. And I mean, and what's even like more stupid about even asking that, like asking for more bonuses, is that I think it was at UFC 304, or maybe it was 303, but Dana White literally came, onto the fucking podium, during the post fight press conference, and said, to the entire fucking media that he's not doing these last minute bonuses ever again. And it was especially because of the performances that the fighters had on one of those previous cards that was really shit. And, he had promised bonuses before that fight. And then once the whole card happened, like it seemed like a lot of the fighters really didn't go to the full extent, didn't go the extra mile, didn't want to fucking stand and bang, put on a show, none of that. A lot of them, seemingly played it safe. And that's what really pissed off Dana. So it's really dumb, asking that question and starting a whole Dana chant again. When Dana came, to the fucking media and said with a straight ass face that he's not doing this whole last minute bonus thing again, where the whole crowd chants Dana and gets Dana in his feels, and he goes all, he gets all mushy inside and happy and decides to go, you know what, fuck it, you guys can have some extra money. Fuck that, it's not happening again, especially not on this card with all the, the main event is lacking, it is lacking. There could have been better fights on this card. I'll take it, you know what I'm saying? I'll take a Sean O'Malley Merab fight. I'll take a Brian Ortega Lopez fight. And I'll even take that fucking Zellhuber Ribovics fight. Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovics. That looks like a good fight. Both guys have really nice records. They look, like pretty good fighters. And both of them look really determined to beat their opponent. Like they're nice to each other. There's no bad blood there. But they look like they're gonna go in there and fucking, die in that cage, and I like that. The weakest fight on the card, is obviously between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko, and the Ronaldo Rodriguez Ode Osborne fight. Or maybe not. Okay, I'll actually give respect to Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. These two, women are legends, and it'll be a good fight. I like Shevchenko, I really do. But the tie between the two weakest fights would actually be, the Zellhuber Ribovics fight and the Ronaldo Rodriguez Ode Osborne fight. The worst one definitely being the Ronaldo Rodriguez Ode Osborne fight. As good as Ronaldo Rodriguez is, though, because he is on a bit of a tear right now, and he looks pretty good. And I feel like he is going to pretty much starch Ode Osborne, who looks complete shit. And his record is shit as well. But, he seems determined to fraud check Ronaldo Rodriguez, which I don't think he will. But, furthermore, I'll just go over what I think of, everybody's performance during the press conference, because I didn't talk about that either. But what also made it kind of shitty was a lot of people's, performance, like their responses as well, were pretty boring. The most entertaining, to definitely were the, Ronaldo Rodriguez and Ode Osborne, who I just said would be the weak link of this main event. But instead, they actually turned out to be the most entertaining, pair in this press conference, because they had a really good back and forth. Ronaldo Rodriguez was screaming in Spanish, calling Ode Osborne a whole bunch of Spanish curse words. And Ode Osborne was saying, keep the same energy. And he just repeated that boring ass line all the time. And we'll see what happens. Again, Daniel Zellhuber and Esteban Ribovics They're the the next fight up, second fight on the main card. And like I said, it's going to be a good fight. There's no bad blood, so it was pretty boring. They were kind of friendly to each other. It'll be a good fight. It'll be a war, all this other shit. Whatever. Brian Ortega seemed a little bit, he was a little bit too mellow. I feel like he'll, carry on in the cage that way, and that's going to lead Diego Lopez to completely starch him. Diego Lopez, received one of the biggest responses from the crowd, positive responses from the crowd. And, his response was good. They were sweet, short, whatever. Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko, they were pretty nice too. Not really any bad blood, kind of wholesome too, because Shevchenko spotted out a flag, one of the flags of her country in the crowd, and she pointed to them and smiled and all that shit, all that happy, lovey-dovey shit, whatever. And the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab. Merab did fucking terribly. Terrible. I feel like there's so much ammunition to throw at a guy like Sugar Sean O'Malley that he never even used. He could have just repeated what Peter Yan did. Peter Yan fucking called Sean O'Malley like a street clown or a street whore or something like that, like because he has like that rainbow colorful hair, and he compared it to like a hooker or some shit like that. That was a good line. Like I feel like Merab should have took the time to build up some material, to memorize some material to throw at O'Malley, and he never really did. And then O'Malley, he made more of an attempt than Merab, but it wasn't even a fucking good attempt. He wore the jacket that Merab stole, and I guess that was supposed to be like an homage to the beginning of their feud, but it really wasn't. It was fucking pointless. And then O'Malley had some, like a little bit of zingers or some shit like that. I think the most witty response he had was when he said "next question" in the middle of Merab's response to one of the questions that were aimed at him. So not that much of a good performance from Sean O'Malley either. Don't really see much star power from him, as I've said in previous videos. But he's still growing on me because I love how well he fights. And I think he is going to fucking completely knock out Merab in the second round. I think he's going to get it done early because he has to get it done early. If he doesn't get it done early, Merab has the ability to fucking drown Sean in deep waters. So overall, shitty pre-fight press conference. Again, the highlight of the entire fight was Dana White. The highlight of the entire press conference. I keep fucking mixing up my fucking words. The highlight of the press conference was Dana White finally standing up for himself and shutting down the fucking chants and saying "next question" when everybody was chanting for him to give these these fighters that were handpicked because of their heritage a bonus. It's an undeserved bonus. He's talking about the fighter that called for the bonus was saying it's the hardest working people on the planet, so that's why you have to give the Mexicans the bonus and all this bullshit. It was it was bullshit reasoning. It was terrible. It really showed zero listening skills because Dana said it and he finalized the fact that he's not giving out any more fucking late last minute bonuses anymore. He's not doing it. Especially not for this card. Definitely, I would not want it to. I wouldn't imagine him fucking doing it for this card. And when everybody was chanting, I was I was literally telling Dana through the fucking screen, "Do not do it. Do not do it," because he will likely regret it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel like there'll be some TKOs and knockouts on this card, but I think they're gonna be next to none really. I think the two for sure knockouts that I think are gonna happen on this main event specifically. Are going to be the Sean O'Malley-Merab fight in which Sean O'Malley knocks out Merab in the second round, and the Diego Lopez-Brian Ortega fight in which Diego Lopez knocks Brian Ortega out in the first round. But that's just, me talking about the fights. I'm trying to stay on the press conference right now. Anyway, yeah, shitty press conference, one of the worst I've seen, and hopefully there'll be a big difference between this and the actual card. I hope the card goes really well. Love you guys. Let me know what you think.